Hi, my name is Professor Boondoggle, and I have been known on occasion to play The Elder Scrolls III Morrowind on my YouTube channel. I've also been known on occasion to install mods for my playthroughs, the main one of course being Tamriel Rebuilt and Project Tamriel. Now those two mods are amazing, 100% you should install them if for some reason you have not already, but if you follow the Morrowind modding scene at all, you'll likely have heard of the Morrowind May Modathon. This event that's been going on for 12 years now was originally conceived by Dark Elf Guy, aka Morrowind Modding Showcases on YouTube, and Danae123, both pretty prolific modders in their own right. The original intent of this event was to celebrate the amazing modders who make the Morrowind modding community as great as it is. Morrowind has had almost a renaissance of mod development within the last 8 or so years. Honestly, more mods get made for Morrowind than Oblivion. Now, why exactly am I telling you all of this? Because I feel a little obligated to spread the word about all of these amazing mods being made that I personally plan on using. Some of them I've already added to my list of mods that I will never uninstall, and these are just ones that have been released within the first week of May. Now, I might be jumping the gun a little bit, but if you guys end up enjoying this style of video, I might make a few throughout the month, maybe one a week if I can find the time to do it. Anyways, without further explanation, let's start showcasing some mods here. Just a small little disclaimer, these are specifically mods released during the month of May. There have been some pretty crazy mods released within the last 2 or 3 weeks that technically don't count towards this, so just a little disclaimer. The first 2 mods we have are sort of a duo. One does not work without the other. Character Traits Framework and Community Traits Ported, made by SosnoviyBor. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Essentially, if you've ever played Fallout New Vegas or Daggerfall, when you create your character, you can select traits that give you advantages and disadvantages. A mod like this has already existed for MWSE for a very long time, but this is the first open MW version. Now, if you're like me, you enjoy role-playing your character in these sorts of games, and what this does is just add so much flavor to the character creation process. No longer are you just generic elf 25. You can choose your culture, you can choose your beliefs, who you worship, you can choose your lineage if you're descended from the Dwemer. Who knows, why not? It's your character, you can do whatever you want. You can select a background, and a lot of these give little bonuses. I don't think they're going to reference stuff like if you said you're a Breton from Daggerfall specifically, NPCs I don't think will change their dialogue based off that, but you will get bonuses and penalties to different skills. For example, if I choose to worship the God of Worms, I get a huge bonus to my conjuration skill, but I suffer some personality. Now, in my opinion, that's 100% worth it. So it's one of those things where even if you don't really agree with the balance, you can tweak your stats around. It's just sort of a flavor thing. I love this kind of stuff. I wish games would have more of this, even if it doesn't affect every single dialogue in the game. The third mod on our list is called Death and Taxes by MollyAvast. If you're like me, you have done hundreds of quests, both in the vanilla game and in Tamriel Rebuilt, and you still have not done them all. There's just so many goddamn quests. But if you're also like me and you think to yourself, I wish this game had more quests, do I have the mod for you? Death and Taxes. 2 things that are guaranteed in life, but something that's not always guaranteed is a mod that adds over 100 fully original quests. That is insane. And at least from what I can see on the mod page and just sort of testing it, I did 1 or 2 quests based off what they said. And I'll just quote the mod page. This mod has a focus on fun and rewarding questing with alternative choices and outcomes. Even with this hopefully quality-yielding approach, it does not lack for quantity. Counting optional side quests and newly added Imperial bounties, Death and Taxes contains over 100 new quests. Now, every single one of these 100 new quests might not be the best thing you've ever played in your life, but I don't know, I am optimistic. The entire point of the mod is to turn the Census and Excise faction that's in the game into a full-fledged guild. And by the way, these quests are dispersed throughout Vvardenfell and Tamriel Rebuild. So it's not just the mainland, it's not just Vvardenfell. You can go to any census office and essentially find work. I believe it also adds quests to the Morag Tong, the Thieves Guild. So just another mod that I cannot wait to try for myself. Now, SosnoviyBor is the same mod author who made one of my favorite mods ever called Friendlier Fire that essentially prevents your followers from killing you with their spells and vice versa. I can no longer hit my own followers, so they start attacking me and kill me. Amazing mod, install it. They have made another mod to help make followers not useless sacks of crap called Follower Commands. This mod allows you to order NPCs around. You can do everything from telling them to attack somebody, to unlock or untrap a door. You can even have them tank the traps for you, essentially dying for you. And this not only works on companions, it works on summons. So I could summon a skeleton, say, go poke that door. He gets shocked and killed. I pass through unharmed. Such an awesome concept. You can also have them loot containers, pick up items, I think, and tell them, hey, go wait over here. I think it's based off of where your cursor is. There's animations for it in first person, which is super cool too. It feels like it's just part of the game. The next set of 3 mods, although all very distinct, are made by the same mod author, Kildozery. The first one we're going to look at is Commercium. Now, I have not played with this mod yet, and it's sort of a hard mod to show off, but essentially it overhauls the entire barter mercantile system of Morrowind, something I've never really liked in the first place. I don't think it's necessarily an economy mod that makes things more expensive or changes this so you can't ever sell Daedric weapons to anybody. It's more roleplay friendly, and I really like how they've gone about this. So now you can increase your mercantile just by selling stuff. You don't have to haggle like you do in the vanilla game. Merchants will remember you when you buy and sell stuff from them, and it increases their disposition over time. So as you continue to trade in specific regions, like for example, the Mafallen Vales, the merchants of that area will eventually start liking you more because they have heard that you do so much business with other merchants and that you're a good buyer and a good seller. Not only does it do this with merchants, but the more you use different transportation services, so like Silt Striders, Water Striders, I assume, and the Mages Guild teleporters, you start to get discounts. You start to get vouchers that allow you to return back to your destination for free. The disposition increases. All of this sounds absolutely amazing to me. This is the kind of overhaul I want for Morrowind's mercantile system, and just adding that little bit of flavor of relationship building and people giving you better rates because you sold to their best friend in the other town. That is awesome. Cannot wait to try out this mod. The next mod, also made by Kildozery, is called Dignitas. And essentially, this is all just a flavor thing. I'm a big flavor guy. Basically, all this mod does is it gives your fame, your reputation, more of a title, more of a description. So as you quest, as you do potentially the main quest as well, your title will change. Like I said, it's just flavor stuff, but to me, it adds a little bit extra, and that's the kind of stuff I like in my game. You go from an Outlander to an Enwa to a Swit to even the Nerevarine. Just a small little mod. I'm always going to have it in my playthroughs. The final mod for today, once again made by Kildozery, is called Enumeratio. These are all Latin. I don't speak Latin, in case you couldn't tell. And all this mod does, I say that like it's nothing, but this is a freaking awesome mod, is it tracks stuff. So if you've ever played, I think Skyrim does it too. If you've ever played Skyrim or Fallout, there's usually a menu in your Pip-Boy or in the inventory that tracks all of your stats. I think Oblivion has it too. And Morrowind's never had that, at least for OpenMW. MWSE might have it, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, this mod tracks your stats. Everything from how many quests you've completed, how many times you've died. I really, really like that idea because I try to keep track of my character's deaths, but I usually I lose track after a while. How much gold you've found, how many books you've read, how far you've jumped, how far you've walked, just little things like that. I really love tracking that kind of stuff because it's always fun to look back at the end of your playthrough. How many people have I killed? How many monsters have I slain? How many times did I cast spells? Just awesome stuff. One of them even says here on the mod page, how many times was I called a swit, a fetcher, inwa, or scum? Why not? Track it. The mod does it for you. Super cool. Anyways, this was just supposed to be a short little video bringing attention to some of the mods that have caught my eye in this last week or so. If there are any mods that you have tried or seen on the Nexus that you would recommend, let me know down in the comments. Like I said, depending on the reaction of this video, I might make another video or two during the month of May just talking about some of the cool mods being released. If you'd like to see more modded Morrowind content, my entire channel is absolutely full of it, just like me. That's all for now. Thank you for watching, and peace out.